Hey, all my YouTube friends. This is a different me editing this video, and I wanted to play around with some of the ways that I edit. So I thought I'd do a voiceover for this, and we're going to talk about the Gemini new moon because that is what was going on today. So this weekend, we kind of feel it all over the weekend. So I want to talk about what the new moon in Gemini energy has kind of brought, some of the things on my mind throughout this video. You will see me vlogging it up, just doing some random things, having a great old day. Morning, as I mentioned, you're spending the morning with me. So yeah, there is a lot of dancing, washing my face, being back in this washroom because I spend a lot of time there in the morning. Clearly, after editing this, I am realizing that. Okay, before we even get into it though, this skincare is so good. This is me trying to be an influencer and be like, yo, get it? Check it out. This product is actually so good. I love the way it feels on my face. This company is Canadian and honestly, love them. I also love watching their TikToks and their Instagram posts because for some reason, I don't know, I just find it super satisfying. So I will link it below this video if you want to go and try them out yourself. 10/10 recommend. Anyway, today was the Gemini new moon, and anytime we have a new moon, it can really kind of represent going inward. And if you are a woman with a period, then you will understand this feeling because that feeling right before you get your period is very similar to the new moon energy, meaning that the new moon asks us to kind of get a little bit more quiet, get a little bit more still, go inward, definitely not be as outward facing and cleaning up your things, like purging your life. That's very new moon energy. For example, I could give of this is the fact that the moon also connects to the tides in the ocean. So the tides in the ocean, when we're at a low tide, that is just like a new moon. So if you want a cool, fun science experiment, the next full moon, I want you to go out and look at the ocean or check the tides in a tide chart. I bet you it will be high tide. At the next new moon, you're going to check, and I bet you it's going to be low tide. Just putting it out there. Give yourself a little science experiment. So this morning, I took it upon myself to clean up my entire house, do a bunch of laundry, as you are seeing me do here. Definitely should have cleaned a little bit more, but I was a little bit behind this week because I had an unhinged Gemini chaotic week. And just for context, if you're not following me at I Am Corporate, my Instagram, where I shared so much about this, I will let you know in a quick snippet here. The main drama of the week was the fact that my battery in my laptop has officially bit the dust, and I have to pay $245 to replace it, which I've talked about 1,000 times by this point on my Instagram. And, money stuff, triggers. Love that. Love that for me. We love when it rains, it pours. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I need to get it fixed. So that is something that I am in the process of currently doing. And, it definitely threw me for a loop. But regardless, we're dealing with it. We are getting through it, and that is all we can ask for. So yes, been dealing with some unhinged, chaotic Gemini energy. It's also the last 2 weeks of school. And for those of you who don't know, I also work in a school as an education assistant. Yes, I went back because if you saw some of my old videos, you know that I quit. I was showing you my zits here. This is the pre-period look, okay? It was also my laundry's not done yet. So this was a very Gemini chaos day of a morning. But do we expect anything different? The answer is no. As we kind of wrap up this vlog, I will leave you with a couple of things that maybe you can sit with in regards to this Gemini energy. And it's stuff that I've been sitting with as well and kind of thinking through a little bit more. Okay, but first you have to listen to this. This was a moment for the glow in my kitchen. Okay, let's get back to the pure chaos that is my life. That is done. I wanted to leave you with a little something for this Gemini energy of a new moon. Gemini reminds us to ask questions, to get really curious, to, start something new that you've been curious about. That's very new moon energy. Have conversations, ask questions with people who matter in your life, but most importantly, ask yourself these questions. What could somebody say right now that would just make you feel so seen and heard? What do you feel you need right now to feel really heard as who you are? And how is that giving you indicators of some of the things that you might be healing from or that you need more of right now in your life? Like I said, the new moon is a new start for the next 6-month cycle. And because it's in Gemini, this is really good time to write down your intentions. Use your words intentionally. Our words are like spells. And so when we ask questions, when we talk, what are we hearing in what other people are saying? And what are we hearing in the things that we are saying? And if we're not hearing them, then maybe we need to write them out and have a look at them and say, okay, what is the narrative I've been telling myself? And how is it that I either want to keep it the same or I want to let it go? Because that is the energy of this new moon. And by the way, there's a shit ton of squares, which I talked about over on my TikTok at I Am Court Burns, in connection to this moon, which is not bad for manifesting. However, it definitely makes things a little bit tricky. There is a square from Mercury over to Neptune, which makes things foggy as shit. So if you don't have all of the answers, that's 100% okay. You're not supposed to. That's what mutable energy teaches us. Mutable is Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo. And with these mutable signs, they end things. They are meant to finish them, complete them, and move on to the next thing. They aren't meant to go the massive distance like fixed signs are. So if there's a square between mutable energies, it's like, how can you choose another route? Is there a route that's a little bit easier? Is what you are doing already complete? And can you move on to the next thing? How can we get curious about the new adventure? Okay, let's wrap it up there. Let me know in the comments below if you like this style video of vlog, and I will play around with more. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have had an awesome Gemini moon, and I'll see you in my next vid. Hit to subscribe.